Welcome to episode 2 of CAD-STATION's CAD-TALK. In this episode, we are going to cover features tab in which we are going to cover especially extrude boss base. You are using extrude boss base only for when you have a 2D sketch and you want to increase its height, and or you can say when you have to convert it into 3D. So you made a 2D sketch, then you extrude it. But we have many options in extrude boss base which we are going to cover in this episode. So let's start. First of all, I have units in which I can select. Here I am selecting millimeters, as you can see, and one more added document unit. I am going to select up to 3 decimals. Here is up to 3 decimal. You can select it up to 2 decimals or 4 to 5. It's up to you. Okay, and image quality, where is image quality, and I'm going to increase it. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to select front plane sketch. In front plane, I am going to draw a center rectangle from origin to a center rectangle. Now you can mention some dimensions from smart dimension. Is I'm saying it's 15 by 30. Okay, now extrude means I have drawn it in front plane. Then if I extrude it, then its width will increase. You can see it's coming in front. Or if I click on this button, then it's the reverse direction button, so its direction will be changed. So first of all, extrude boss base, simple extrude boss base, in which I mentioned here the dimension as much I want to increase its height or width. Here I'm mentioning 21 millimeters, and okay, you can see it's just increase it width. Now I have a let's see, I have a this one is top side sketch and control it. Now in this I'm going to draw a circle. Let's circle from midpoint and find the intersection of both sides. Where's the midpoint? Here's the midpoint, and here is the cross section. Okay, I have drawn a circle of smart dimension. I'm going to mention its dimension as 12 mm. Okay, now you can see it's the top view of my drawing features. If I select extrude boss base, then here's I have two options. I have many options. As you can see, I have a blind. First of all, let's see blind. What's the blind? If I select blind, then it will ask me the dimension, how much I want to extrude it. It's a simple extrude in which height increases or width increases. Okay, I'm giving it 12 mm, and it will increase its height. Next to our let's new part, and see, I'm going to sketch now top plane and sketch. I'm going to draw a center rectangle from origin, a smart dimension. Its dimension is 15 by 9 mm. Okay, it's top plane, so if I extrude it, it will increase its height. I'm going to extrude it up to 7 mm. Okay, and it's blind. If I select any other options, then it will not going to work. As you can see, up to vertex, it will ask me a vertex. As you can see, here's a box in which it shows the corner point. So if I am going to extrude something up to the corner, so I can use up to vertex. Or I can only use two options. One is blind and second is mid plane. What's mid plane? If I go to blind, then it will ask me the height. I can say it's 8 mm, then it will extrude it up 8 millimeters. Okay, let's I'm how can you edit it? Right click and go to edit features. Now I have another option. If as I have told, it's going upward. If I want, I can reverse its direction. But if I want, okay, if I want, this rectangle will come half down and half upward. Then what I can do, go to mid plane. If I select mid plane, then my extrude will cover half on the one direction and half in the opposite direction. Then I can increase it as 15 mm. You can see it's increasing both sides. 15, if I mention 20, then 2.5 mm will increase from upward and 2.5 downward. You can see that's the function of mid plane. Then you can think why we use mid plane. We will draw it later. Blind, upward and 8 mm. Okay, now if I in top plane, I am going to draw circle from origin up to its diameter. I'm going to put as 6 mm. And okay, now you can see its feature, and I'm simply extruded it up to 5 mm. Okay, now in my sketch I want to mirror these cylinder or solid body downward. Then I have no options. As you can see, if I go to mirror, it's ask me mirror face, means on which plane I want to copy, which is a reference plane, you can say. If I came here and select front plane, it didn't work. Let's isometric view. First do isometric view, then if I go to front plane, then and the features to mirror, I select this. Then front plane is here, then how can it mirror it downward? So I need a top plane. But top plane, if I select top plane, then it will mirror it at a distance of these box heights, but I need it in the in this phase. So here, if it's necessary, then I have an option that I can create a reference plane at the middle of this box, then I can copy. But it will I can solve this problem as don't save. And you can see, if I go to new part, then simply same, I select top plane, sketch, and then a center rectangle. Roughly I draw rectangle, features, okay, escape, features, extrude. Now I know I have to draw a top cylinder body downward. Then what I can do, I use mid plane. So, and its dimension is, let's say, 20 mm, or you can say it's 50 mm. I had made a big rectangle. Okay, now what's the benefit of this choosing mid plane? Let's see. Circle from origin to a circle. Now features, extrude. I am going to extrude it up to, yeah, it's 50, or you can 30 mm. So let's 30 mm. Okay, now you can see, if I want mirror, it's asking me mirror plane. I just select top plane and features to mirror. You can see it's showing it is mirroring it through this reference plane on this face. So you can understand this. Okay, when you want to mirror or when you see a sketch which you want to draw, then you have to think if there are any features to mirror, then you have to consider it on which extrude boss base option you are going to select. It's maybe of mid plane, or you can draw it in blind, so it's up to you. Let's another one. If I go to, let's first we have to draw here or here in this phase, sketch control 8. Now I am going to draw a corner rectangle from here to here, and yeah, it's showing line, so here to, and same, yeah, here, escape. Then you can find the origin, press control, find the midpoint and make a relation. It's not showing horizontal, that's mean it's in the same line. So okay, now I'm going to extrude it. Simple extrude of blind and up to 30 mm. Now why I am extruding naked, you can see I select this sketch and little more to comfort me. Okay, I can draw a circle, or I am going to draw a polygon of side 4, no, it's 5, pentagon. I'm going to draw a pentagon. It's asking me first of all, if I came here, it's from origin, so it's the midpoint, you can see. Now I'm going to draw a polygon. You can mention its size, length, it's 8.2, so make it 8. Now I'm going to features. Now you can see how many options we have. If I go to extrude, and if I am using blind, then I have an option. I can increase it up to the dimension I want. It's maybe 80, or I can decrease it. You can say it's touching, I just have to touch it, so I can make it. If I am going to mid plane, but I can't use mid plane, as you know. If I select mid plane, then a part will go backside, so here's I have no option to use mid plane, but I can use blind up to my next body. And it's here's a simple option. If I go to through all, it will increase its height, its dimension up to my next body end part, or you can say my sketch end point through all. If I select through all, but I have another option which is quite good. If I go to up to next, then you can see a yellow color is showing up to these face. It's not going to cover the whole body through these face, so it's good if I have to extrude anything from one body to the another body, up to the next body, so I can use up to next. If I have to draw, I have to extrude I have to extrude up to the end of my sketch, or end of my body, then I can select through all. Here's up to vertex. It's not going to use first of all through all, or up to next. I'm going to use up to next. Same thing I'm going to let's see. If I have to mirror this one, how can I mirror? Mirror, first of all, it's asking me. I select front plane. You can see front plane is in the middle of my box. Box is I'm going to boss extrude and this. Okay, you can see it's come here. So it's simple. If you have similar faces or similar features to draw, then you can simply draw one and then mirror it. So we have covered extrude boss base. In extrude boss base we have covered let's see, we have covered a blind through all up to next and mid plane. Next is up to body. When we use up to body, I'm not going to show you these 1 2 and 4 options. I'm not going to cover right now, as it's not going to use many times. Or so up to body, if you have two bodies like this but it's in a single body, so when you have two bodies and you have to extrude it up to next, so you can go to up to body. Offset from surfaces, as you know, when we use offset, if I have a drawing and I have to copy it with some other dimension with some increase or decrease in dimension, then I use offset. uh, in extrude boss base, if I have to extrude something from of different sizes, then I can use offset from surface. Similarly, up to the surface and up to vertex, I have told about up to vertex. If I have a if I have an object in which I have to extrude up to the corner, up to the vertex, you can see, then I can select up to vertex. Yes, four options are too much for you: blind, through all, up to next, and mid plane. These four are going to use many times. So it's done. Now we are going to don't save we have to draw a new part. In new part, I'm going to select top plane, sketch, and what I'm going to sketch, corner rectangle, no, center rectangle from origin. Yeah, here's, I have drawn a center rectangle. Then okay, smart dimension, I'm going to mention it as 12 by 8 mm. Now you have extrude boss base. Now you can see you have done these direction 1 box and only this command, these options. Now I have another option, this one, lifted boss base, or you can see draft. What's this? If I click on draft, you can see it's showing me 1 degree. That's mean if I want I have a rectangle here, I want it extrude with decrease in degrees, then I can go to draft on or off, or you can say lifted boss base. But you can see if I increase it, I have made it 5. You can see is, let me make it isometric. You can see its dimension is decreasing. Here is it's big and here it is little bit its dimension is decreased. If I further decrease it 5 and let's suppose I am going to 30, you can see it's just vanish its upper rectangle. So it's not going to be used in many drawings. So it's okay to you just know it's lifted boss base, and just remember it when you have to decrease height with respect to decrease the dimension of your drawing, your sketch, with increase in height, then you can go to draft on or off. Okay, here's another option to take draft outward. What it is, it's similar to this reverse direction. You can see it's going to decrease. If I click on it, it will increase the dimension of my rectangle. So decrease is first of all it's decreasing and it's increasing. So hope you understand it. Okay, it's done. I have another option in extrude boss base. Let's new part and top plane, or now front plane. It's not good to use top plane again and again. uh, I'm going to use front plane. Now in front plane I'm going to center rectangle. I have drawn a rectangle, make its dimension as, I'm going to now 5 mm and 5 mm. It's a square. Okay, now what happened, you have seen, if I want to, if I go to extrude boss base, I can make a solid body. But what if I want to make a pipe of 5 mm by 5 mm and it's a thickness of 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter? What happened? The simple answer is, you can say, I can make a, let me show you. I have made a rectangle here. Now I want it to make a pipe. Then what happened? If I am a newbie, then what I can do? I used to make another rectangle, mention its dimension of 4 mm by 4 mm. Now what I do? I go to feature, extrude, and 10 mm. I can make a pipe. Here you can see I can make a pipe, but here's I have what I have to do. First I make a rectangle, then mention its dimension, then again make a rectangle, again mention its dimension. It's take my time, but to don't save, I can do it without any hurdle. Front plane, sketch, center rectangle. I make a rectangle, smart dimension, it's of 5 by 5 mm. Okay, now features, extrude. You can see it's showing me it is solid body, but it's direction 1. If I go to thin features, escape direction 2, first I go to thin features. Now you can see thin features is showing 10 mm. I can make it 1 mm. You can see it's making 1 mm thickness, and here I can increase its 15 mm. I can increase its extrude height from here, and its thickness I can mention from thin features. It's showing by its name, it's thin feature. The thin feature shows if I want to draw any sketch with a thin feature. Here I can mention 0.25 mm. Is going to be thin more and more. Now I have another checkbox. If I click on cap end, okay, it's not showing, not going to work here. Cap end, we'll cover it later. Here's another option: one direction, mid plane, two direction. If I select mid plane, now it's not going to be extrude on both sides, but you can see here. Now if I go to one direction, is going to be make these dimension, these 0.25 in one direction of my sketch. But if I go to mid plane, then it will going to be use these dimension in, let me make it isometric. Now you can see if I go to and increase it, let's make it of 3 mm, or it's going to be 1.5. now you can see here one direction. I've drawn this rectangle. If I click on one direction, then its thin feature works on the outer surface, outer side. If I click on mid plane, then you can see my rectangle is in the middle of these two heights, these two thin features height. So, and if I use two directions, then I can mention one direction dimension and another direction dimension. But I'm going to use mid plane, it's good. And okay, Now here you have covered how many options, edit, features. You have done these direction 1, these thin features command. Now you have a select contours. Let's draw a contour. First of all, what's a contour? If I define contour, contour means a closed surface or closed sketches in which there are two or more closed sketches. Let's draw a front plane sketch, center rectangle. Okay, I'm going to make circles 1 from same line, 3 and 4 circles. Escape, select these 4 circles by pressing Ctrl button and make it equal. Now select these 2 and make vertical. Select these 2, make vertical. Now smart dimension is diameter. I'm going to define it as 5 mm. Its dimension is let's make it of 30 mm. Its dimension is 20 mm. Okay, now and yeah, I have a pentagon. I'm going to draw a pentagon in from center. Yeah, here's pentagon, smart dimension. You need to mention only one dimension. It's of 6 mm. Okay, now I go to features, extrude. If it's going to extrude these parts, it's okay, but you need you don't want to extrude this pentagon. You can see it's extruding pentagon. So select contours. You can select this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. If I want to extrude only these 5 objects instead of this whole rectangle, then I can go to select contours. Okay, it's done. It's of say equidistance, and it's in the center of these 4 circles, 4 cylinders. So let's draw another 4 contours. Top plane, sketch, circle from center, another circle, make a pentagon here, make one here, and make one here, and similarly make one here. Okay, these 4. Now one more thing, I'm going to draw what can I can draw let's draw a select its sides from midpoint or center point, or I'm going to draw from these 2 here pentagon or octagon. Now I'm going to features, extrude boss face. Then it's now extrude boss face is confused which sketch he can or it can extrude. So it's showing me highlighting select contours. Now I have option how many contours I can select. First of all, I want to extrude this, and extrude this. You can see it's going to extrude a unique surface. Or if I unselect it, now I can select this one, this one, this one, this one, this one and make a dimension of my choice. I am going to mention it 15 mm, and okay, you can see it's done. So do you understand what's the purpose of contours? It basically works when we have too many sketches and I have to extrude anything. Okay, so I think it's okay for you to use extrude boss base. In this video I have done extrude boss base command completely. From now you can use extrude boss base in any sketch you want. Next video I will go to upload soon, and it will be on these topics: revolved boss base, swept boss base, lofted boss base, and boundary boss base. This one is not going to cover by in the next video, but inshallah this will be covered soon. If you like this episode of CAD-STATION, CAD's Talk, hope you will like the video, share to your friends, and if you didn't subscribe CAD-STATION, then you are going to subscribe. And I request you to invite your friends to subscribe CAD-STATION. Thank you.